In this package, Akwa Ibom State Government set to commence Arise Shelter Initiative. Governor Umweno advises Paralex Bank to support entrepreneurship in Akwa Ibom. 600 elders receive 50,000 Naira welfare packages of Celebrating Our Parents program. Government reaffirms commitment to boosting food security in Akwa Ibom State. Details of this and other stories in just a moment. Good evening and welcome to Akbc 45 News at 8. I am Blessing Isongwyo. A housing scheme which aims to cater to the affordable accommodation needs of Akwa Ibom rural poor is to be embarked upon by the state government. To be known as Arise Shelter Initiative, the project will be sited in all of the state's local government areas. Governor Umweno announced the proposed initiative when he met in Uyo with his personal assistance from the 368 political wards. Government House reporter Patience John has the story.
Governor Umweno said providing shelter for the less privileged in the state is in line with his Arise agenda. He explained that the houses whose design and cost have been concluded will be fitted with solar power and water facility and built in batches across the 31 local government areas of the state. He said it is a way of providing shelter for the poor and taking development to rural communities.
I got the humanitarian services group to go around quietly and collect houses. It's so pathetic. So, why have we compiled this? We are starting Arise Shelter on 2-bedroom flats with solar, with borehole, with everything. And I did this quietly because I didn't want it politicized. And we want to start awarding this quietly to make houses for all these people, 31 of them. When we finish, we'll go round again, because I came for the rural people.
The governor charged the ward's personal assistants to be in charge of the housing project, which he said will be 2-bedroom flat when started, by supervising and reporting progress to his office.
Now, when the project starts in your local government, I expect the ward people, I want the ward PA, to see. So that you can help us report them. The whole roof is leaking, everything waterproof. And we are here, it's already a We may not touch everybody, but we have shown the way.
On the bulk purchase agency bill, when state government intends to subsidize prices of food for the people, the governor sought the cooperation of the PAs for the successful implementation of the program.
The voucher, that is where you come in, because you are PAs to the governor. Other people will distribute too, but if you do the main anchor people that you collect, you go, as you give, you tick, the people sign. They will mobilize you to distribute. So you don't have any reason, I know one for, I know pan, I know do, I know the because if the report comes and we investigate and find out that you have not delivered, not only will we remove you, we hand you over to the police, because that will be fraud.
The Commissioner for Economic Development, Mr. Membo, commended the governor on his strategic programs and policies aimed at improving the living conditions of the people. Patience John, Akbc News.
The management of newly inaugurated Paralex Bank has been advised to provide such services as would complement the Umoino administration's Arise agenda, especially its drive towards promoting and supporting entrepreneurship in Akwa Ibom. The governor gave the advice during the official opening of the Uyo branch of the bank. Again, our government house reporter Patience John completes the story.
At the ceremony, Governor Moino commended the financial institution's decision to establish a branch in the state and advised them to earn the confidence of the people through hard work, dedication, commitment, and services rendered. He expressed the willingness of the state government to partner the bank and advocated for low interest rates to encourage the growth of small and medium-scale enterprises in the state.
I'd like to thank you for choosing Akwa Ibom to do business. Akwa Ibom right now has become a destination of choice in Nigeria, not just for conferences, but also for business. Our teaming youth and small, medium enterprises are looking for banks that will partner with them. And I've heard you say severally that you'll be our partners, and we'll be working with you to ensure that we give our people the services that they need.
The chairman of the bank's board of directors, Dr. Adriana Phillips, and the managing director and chief executive officer, Mr. Lufemi Braker, assured Akwa Ibom people of professional services and thanked the state government for providing an enabling environment for the bank to kick off. Patience John, Akbc News.
To actualize its desire to cater to the needs of the Akwa Ibom senior citizens, the state government Tuesday presented 50,000 naira packages to 600 elders. It was the maiden edition of the government Celebrating Our Parents program. Margaret Bassi reports that the wife of the state governor, Pastor Patience Eno, was on hand to deliver the welfare packages.
After a successful hosting of the Renewed Hope initiative of Nigeria's First Lady in the state, where 250 elders were given 100,000 naira each, the program was replicated by Governor Moino with a monthly stipend of 50,000 naira to be paid to selected elders. According to Pastor Patience Moino, the initiative will help cushion the effects of the present economic realities. She prayed that the beneficiaries of the program would live long in good health to continue to enjoy all the benefits the government has in store for them.
This event started with our mother in Abuja, the wife of our president, and so she encouraged all the governors' wives they shared on that day in January. He said, wow, if that be the case, then I have to adopt it for Akwa Ibom State.
Setting the tone for the event, the coordinator of the Arise Initiative for Elderly, Mrs. Mercy Eka, said the event marks the beginning of monthly programs for the elderly. She said the scheme, which was conceived in support of the Renewed Hope initiative of the wife of the president, has been domesticated in the state to reach out to different cities of other tribes residents in Akwa Ibom. Mrs. Eka said 600 elderly persons for the maiden edition of the Arise initiative were selected from all the wards in the 31 local government areas of the state to receive stipend and medical care, assuring that some senior citizens would be accommodated.
I therefore congratulate her for the successful launch. It is specifically tailored towards meeting the needs of the lowest, of the low in the society, the elderly citizens in our rural communities, by providing
territorial districts of the state who extended their gratitude to tribe, religion, ethnicity, or political lines.
Your Excellency, Amenam Ayaya.
The event, which was preceded by a medical outreach to cater for the health needs of the elderly, featured dancing competition by the elderly above 80 years and other fun activities, including performances by children of the Divine Children's Home and Ibom a cappella group. The Arise Initiative Elderly Support Program, which is domiciled in the office of the wife of the governor, was initiated by Governor Moino in support of the Renewed Hope Initiative Elderly Support Scheme of Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, to provide succor to elderly through providing medical services and money to enhance their welfare. Margaret Bassi, Akbc News.
In order for them to contribute their quota to state and national development, Akwa Ibom female youths have been told to develop their talent and acquire requisite skills. Deputy Governor Akune Yaganyi gave the advice during a one-day symposium in Uyo with the theme Molding and Transforming Lives of Young Women to Discover Self-Value. The event, according to Tobima Okon, was organized by Akwa Ibom State Female Youth in collaboration with Golden Initiative for All, GFA. It held at Governor's Office Annex, Uyo.
Senator Yaganyi asked female youth on dedicated service delivery that would enable them to access higher platforms in life, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Deputy Governor's Office, Dr. Grace Jim. Senator Yaganyi lamented that most female youths do not prefer to start small and grow big in life, stating that serving faithfully in any capacity is a sure way to progress. She recounted how she developed as a teacher, educator, administrator, wife, and mother before joining politics.
Fellow women, especially members of the younger generation, who are expected to fly the flags of the women folk with dignity and excellence when we retire to take our place in the sidelines.
Also speaking, the Akwa Ibom First Lady and wife of the governor, Pastor Patience Omoino, who said she was delighted to be at the symposium, emphatically encouraged female youth to do innovative things to improve their lives in the state. Pastor Ino was represented by the Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Idong Tibet, expressed joy over the symposium, describing it as a step in the right direction and commended the state government on its effort to carry women along in government schemes. She urged female youth to never give up on their dreams, skills, and talent development.
So develop yourself, constant self-development. And then when you have that, men are attracted to success. Do you know that? Men are attracted to women with brains.
The event featured cultural display by the female youth brass band. Otobima Okon, Akbc News.
Still to come, government reaffirms commitment to boosting food security in Akwa Ibom State. Stay with us.
This is our home, where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's on him and you know, we go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we be. It's on him and you know. No matter where we be, we are one. We are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony.
So glad to have you back. The Commissioner for Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Fiong-Ofor, says that the state government is committed to enabling Akwa Ibom women in their efforts to boost food security in the state. Dr. Ofor was addressing a training for registered members of cooperative societies in the state. The training, which held in Uyo, was anchored by the Christian Women Multipurpose Cooperative Society. Esther Morin brings us the reports.
Poverty, assuring them of her support in training and retraining of the women on effective fund management derived from government's financial assistance. The commissioner told them to rely on God for guidance and wisdom to succeed in their ambitions.
So you get the support that government will give. You know what we are doing? Familia Pablo. Say who
The president, Christian Women Multipurpose Cooperative Society, Archbishop Emilia Samuel, urged women to make wise use of the empowerment opportunity provided by the state governor, Pastor Moeno, to fight poverty and to bring about development to the state.
Another powerful thank you goes to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Omar B. Emo, for this law.
Feature talks on cooperative management, methods of raising funds for business expansion, and accurate record keeping. A representative of the Commissioner for Women Affairs, Mrs. Afiong Nkom, gave a goodwill message.
Cooperative woman, Litoite, Abu Iman, Ariana King, Moya Yimuson, Iso Mfnamimo. I sacrifice. You know, impress. You know, subvention. You know, education. Other people's investment. I even became down also so that I will marry the I will put a body until you could say people so that you don't get a bad about funny number before. Because I want a man here no one. For all year, you need your able savings, and here by me.
The official inauguration of Board of Trustees of the Christian Women Multipurpose Cooperative Society, Akwa Ibom State Chapter, Archbishop Emilia Samuel as President, Comfort Umana as Secretary, amongst others. An interactive session featured workings on the cooperative society to members of the cooperative society in different clans across the 31 local government areas of the states.
Some of our women here already reduced the number. Can we take the number that we see and move forward?
Esther Omorin, Akbc News.
More than 1,000 widows from across the state were beneficiaries of empowerment.
Invest in me. Invest in me.
To impact women positively and promote a healthy standard of living, Mary Slezak and Glow Foundation empowered widows with cash of 30,000 naira each for them to start vegetable and fruit businesses. Speaking at the event, which anchored on the theme of the 2024 celebration of the International Women's Day, Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress, the President, Mary Slezak and Glow Foundation, Dr. Glory, said the foundation was established to add value to the destitute, multiple birth children and adults, the widows and students. Dr. Edith said women deserve to be celebrated every day for the impact they create in the world, and thanked Governor Moeno and wife for the grand celebration accorded to women on March 8th. The former Commissioner for Agriculture advised the widows to hold on to God and use the money given them by the foundation to start small business so as to cater for their children.
So when Mary Slessor came, she stopped the killing of twins and triplets and the banishment of their mothers. And because of that, this foundation will continue to do our best to create impact in the lives of people. Anybody, I recognize the women and God recognize the Iba. And I want to use this opportunity to also thank our mother, the wife of the governor of Akbc Tv, Pastor Mrs. Patience Umar. She's also using her pet project to touch a lot of lives.
The coordinator of the foundation, Mrs. Jane Essien, enjoined the widows not to use the money for wrong purposes in order to reap the benefits of the gesture.
You know what my
Wives of paramount rulers of Uyo and the Bionibom local government areas and the state chairperson of Nawaj, Comrade Nsika Okon, lauded Dr. Edith for her magnanimity despite the harsh economic situation in the country, praying God to reward her bountifully. The speakers lauded the wife of the governor, Pastor Patience Umar, for acknowledging the contributions of Dr. Edith at the Mother's Day celebration which held at the Presbyterian Church, Uyo.
Because I hit reggae, I pray in the Camino, and go back and say, I would you. Many of
the empowered widows who could not hide their joy danced with great excitement, while some prayed God to replenish Dr. Edith for constantly touching lives.
Mary Slessor of our time.
Paul
of Ukbomi Kodakbakpan in Ikono local government area was among the 17 newly recognized village heads in Ikono local government who were presented with certificates of office as a directive from the state governor, Pastor Umar, to all village heads in the state. The event, which featured oath-taking to mark the official assumption of office, was held at the Ikono local government headquarters, Ibiakuntogokbo. Esther Moran reports.
The village heads who took oaths of office as administered to them by Barrister Tony Hoa assured the people of Ikono of their readiness to deliver their leadership mandates for the overall good of the people of Ikono and the society at large. The transition chairman, Ikono local government, Mr. Kingsley Akpan, assured the village heads of his corporation to ensure unity in the local government area.
Government is certificate to recognize village chiefs. So therefore, anything to is surrounding the phone. The
paramount ruler Ikono, Edide Mnana Akpaitang, said it is a thing of joy for the village heads to be sworn in to help and monitor the local government area traditionally and to maintain peace in their individual communities. Some indigents of Ikono promised to cooperate with the newly sworn-in village heads to ensure effective and participatory leadership that would aid in the development of the area.
For him to come down to his village and accept the call of his people to come and rule them is a thing of joy.
I don't buy them, not just for Ikora Papa, but for the entire Ukom plan of 59 villages, I rejoice that we have 17 certificated village heads who Ukom Iragame.
So member ngam parawa ki rong me au men go ti mo ri ise that ke we that ina mam fno ki rong me.
Cultural displays spiced up the event.
President Bola Tinubu has ordered the reopening of Nigeria's land and air borders with Niger Republic in compliance with a directive by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngalele, disclosed this in a statement today. He said the presidential directive is in compliance with ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government at its extraordinary summit on February 24, 2024 in Abuja. According to him, other sanctions imposed on West African countries, including Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea, have also been lifted with immediate effect. The presidential spokesman explained that President Tinubu also approved the lifting of financial and economic sanctions against the Republic of Guinea. Following the military coup in Niger Republic on July 26, 2023, which toppled President Mohamed Bazoum, ECOWAS imposed several sanctions on the country. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of Dr. Dayo Moberla to serve as the Director General of the Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, for a renewable term of 4 years. Dr. Meborala, a former Commissioner for Transport in Lagos State, holds a PhD and MSc in Transportation Economics from the University of Wales, United Kingdom. President Tinubu expects the new NIMASA DG to bring his vast experience to bear in his new role and to achieve the mandate of NIMASA in maritime labor regulation, marine pollution prevention and control, search and rescue, shipping registration, maritime safety administration, among others. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, says Nigeria's crude oil production month-on-month dropped by 7.94% to 1.322 million barrels per day in February 2024 from 1.427 million barrels per day in January 2024. This information was revealed in OPEC's March oil market report. Nigeria was among several countries given a lower target after years of failing to meet the previous ones, with its 2024 target reduced to 1.38 million from the previous 1.74 million. President Bola Tinubu in November 2023 said his administration had adopted a conservative oil price benchmark of oil production estimate of 1.78 million barrels per day after reviewing developments in the world oil market. That's our package for this evening, but before we go, we take another look at the top stories. A housing scheme which aims to cater to the affordable accommodation needs of Akwa Ibom rural poor is to be embarked upon by the state government. To be known as Arise Shelter Initiative, the project will be sited in all of the state's local government areas. The management of newly inaugurated Paralex Bank has been advised the Umoino administration's Arise agenda, especially its drive toward promoting and supporting entrepreneurship in Akwa